people within your subculture?
No.
Yes. I'm in a relationship.
Well, you're in a but I mean, you're single. You're single.
I used to, but like they're just like mentally like disabled and like.
Wait, they're what?
They're like, I don't know.
They're mentally disabled. The men.
Or you know what I mean?
The
like,
men?
like their mental health isn't good.
Oh, mentally unstable.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Disabled is like cerebral palsy.
They all have
narcissism.
But yeah, I don't
They
know.
might be.
Now I just like look for like normal people and like.
Normal.
Yeah.
Okay, question for you
like
guys.
people that,
Are you heavily tattooed?
On my legs.
Legs. I think you two are pretty heavily tattooed. Would you prefer a guy who's heavily tattooed?
Yes, I love men with tattoos. I pretty much only date men.
Is it a deal breaker if a guy doesn't have tattoos? Like no tattoos?
No.
Choir boy shit.
Definitely not. I can't date like any normie. Like
you can't date a normie.
No.
But if you
they don't understand.
You're going
They're
to
so,
continuously
like, rude and judgmental.
Your
so,
rejection
like,
of
I'm
normie men
confused,
is going to lead you to continuously date.
It's just like, how do you even talk to them? Like, if I want to talk about like music, art, like any of like the stuff I'm interested in, like they literally have nothing to say, or they just be like, I just go to work.
I mean, you could introduce them to your art or your type of music, or
they're lame as hell.
you just start listening to fucking.
I like a guy with drip and swag. If you have no swag, then like honestly, you're not gonna click at all. Like you have to like I don't know. It's a whole like bad boy thing. Like
the bad boy.
Can I reject the premise that there is a inherent issue with the way that people operate?
You got. If you're gonna speak, please speak into the microphone. Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm hiding behind.
We've told you multiple times. So go ahead.
Sorry, bestie. I'd like to reject the premise that it's something to do with a subculture, because in fact the most fetishistic men that have ever interacted with me are considered normie men. They like the idea of having that wild child that, oh my gosh, I'm going to shock my parents, I'm going to shock my family. Those are the experiences that I've had, and it hasn't made me swear off to anything, but what it has made me do is realize that there's a bigger issue at hand than the subgenre of music that somebody listens to. I think it's a beautiful thing that somebody can share.
You're essentially strawmanning my argument, and also I didn't make the claim that normie men can't be dysfunctional in some way. The point I was trying to make is the people that might be attracted or might be more likely to participate in certain subcultures, there could very well be, and I haven't researched it, but there very well could be, and it may very well be factually the case, that it does attract certain types of personalities, and perhaps there's a correlation with either past trauma or mental illness.
There is.
I'm not saying they're
Almost all of
bad
us are
people,
mentally
but
ill, and that's how we relate.
I didn't mean to insinuate that they were bad people. She was explaining how in her experience that normies have nothing to offer. They're so boring. And to me, I said, well, that's really interesting, because my personal experience as an alternative person who's dressed like this for a number of years and lived an alternative lifestyle is that's been the attitude that I've received in certain situations, being from the southern United States in those environments. And I don't think that's a bad thing to point out. It's just a different experience.
There's a lot of traditional men who do like girls like you, because it gives them that sense of I'm saving you, basically. You just have to let them, is the point.
But I don't want to let them, and I don't want to be with them because, like, I don't know. I just want somebody
I wouldn't want to feel like a project.
Like what? I want somebody that's already like that inspires me. Where I'm around them, and they're like, they invite me to cool things. They're connecting me. Like I want to feel confident and prideful in who I'm with. Not like someone I have to like tote around or something, but like in private I like them or something.
So why do you see normal people like that way?
What do you mean?
Like you're saying, like you were categorizing like normie people being like way too lame, way too boring.
Oh, like in the past I used to be feral, like a literal feral wild animal. Like I would basically
have you
have
ever
sex
had
with
like a
anyone
normal,
that
stable relationship?
Yeah, I've had one that lasted 4 years. But I mean, stable? Heck no. But that's why it worked, because we we were okay with each other's crazy, and in fact like loved each other for it. So it just like works so well.
So this was the normal relationship.
I don't know about, and maybe it was like in high school I had one, but I don't really count that, because I don't know, just compared to the love I felt when I was like with somebody like similar to me, it was so strong, so obsessive, and just
chaotic, obsessive.
Yes, it was. It
so it's
satisfied
that dopamine addiction.
Yes, it satisfied a certain like when you have these disorders, you have a certain need and drive in you for risky behaviors.
Mm-hmm. It will comfort that you're finding.
I understand that. I've like experienced it myself.
Yeah.
But I think if you want someone to like actually get you, you have to be willing to like give them the chance, and like actually be willing to open up to them. And even if they may seem like closed-minded or something, if they open up to you as well, which like people normally should in relationships, more normally people grow together in relationships. They come to understand the other, become more like the other, and I think that would be what it sounds like you're looking for.
I feel like also like in a relationship with like a normie or however you per se call them, like they might not like your aesthetic or whatever, but you have to grow with them anyways. So
It's
why
such a
not
big
teach
part of my
them
life. Like
and
fashion
introduce
is
them
like
to that?
almost like the number one thing. If you're not like that comes first. Like if you don't like have a certain look, it's honestly, even though that's super shallow, that's just like
The
how
attraction.
it's like on
Value.
Tinder and Hinge. You don't know these people.
Are you
like,
attracted
you know
to
what I mean?
them?
Why do they have to
Yeah.
like
It's
it
always
too
the
though?
first
Why
question.
can't
There has
you
to
just
be-
have your niche and then they might have their own thing?
I think honestly,
They kind of do like the aesthetic though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
They're like
maybe-
too scared to like do it themselves, you know.
I think maybe it's more so, and correct me if I'm wrong once again, I think because perhaps you might not have a strong understanding of what's going on inside of you, you seek other men who parallel you or mirror you so that you understand yourself. But then there's probably going to come a point where you realize there's severe consequences that come with that that'll make you have to reflect and think, I have to kind of like discipline my emotions to remove myself from these intense situations.
It just like it just like feels impossible sometimes. Like so many times, like what she was saying, how like you make a mistake and you're like, okay, I'm not gonna ever do that again, and literally you're doing it over and over. But so like that's why I just like completely canceled it all out. Like I can't, I don't have this